Hello everyone, today we will make a brief discussion about green finance. So after watching some different perspectives on the OECD website and also in the European Commission website, and also making some side researches about the topic, it made me think how important the financial sector is to attain a green transition. So what do we say, what do we mean by saying green transition? Generally, people think about climate change and all the big chimneys and big smokes coming out of it, but it's not just that. Obviously, it's not. It's pretty much the every human activity is involved. The transportation that we use, the cities that we lived in, the way that have been built, and the food that we eat. So pretty much everything. And this green transition cannot be done without a financial system. We need to change the social environment and the economic environment both in the same time. And here we come to our main topic, which is green finance. Green finance supports the initiatives that focus on developing, implementing, and promoting projects that have sustainable impacts and helps the green transition through financial instruments, through financial sector. And public agents and private agents are both involved in green finance. And actually, that was the most commonly issued topic in the videos and among the different perspectives. Everyone is agreed on public effort. Public finance is not the only tool to achieve the green transition, to help the green finance. So public finance should be used to leverage the private sector. In this manner, the policy of environment should be turned into green practices. Those green practices that the companies used to take, used to implement, were just like nice thing to do, and like it's okay, we are respectful to the environment. But today it's more than that. It's more like a business opportunity actually. uh, Companies involving their ESG reports to their investor presentations because it's important, and all the fund managers wants to know how companies are dealing with those kind of risks, the climate risks. If you want to briefly explain what should financial environment do, there's this what draws my attention is the energy mix thing. It's 2 to 1, right? I think it's not acceptable, which means the investment rate in portfolio between the renewable power and the non-renewable power should be at that rate. In my personal opinion, this rate is meaningless because it doesn't mean zero. It's not enough to drive the non-renewable energy companies to turn their policy to the renewable energy. So, and it still gives encouragement to those kind of companies for their exploring activities for like fossil oils or coal and etc. So I personally think it's not acceptable. That's where the government collaboration is needed. I think because more strict precautions are needed to organize this subject in a mainly common language, because it is known that some governments are not in the same page with the others due to their lack of capacity to build another infrastructure, for example, to attain green transition through those kind of investments. They are staying behind of other countries' governments in terms of regulations. Well, I've already mentioned that we need to change our social and economic environment both. It's also the habits that people have. For example, most simply, we eat beef or pork, right? But we don't know the impact of this habit to the nature. And huge food companies are still attaining their financial resources from the banks. They are gaining financing, and also they are taking their investments from their investors. It's a known fact that methane that the big cow farms cause is positively affecting the carbon emission. Or in the USA, pig farms and North Carolina cows unreturnable damages to the near rivers habitats. And you know how the story goes, rivers to the lakes, lakes to the oceans, and that goes on and on. So we are in a time of consumption, but we can't let this consumption to take over our nature. And this cannot be done without financial sector, financial environment, because even when we think as a simple person without any knowledge of finance, we know that money is always involved to everything. So here we should take our professionalism and our humanity together in one manner. Eventually, investments are made for attaining a better future. So what you miss today determines what we'll have in the future. So that was all of my video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.